Selam. Ne haber? Heyecanlı mıyız? Doesn't matter. Yunus hoş geldiniz. Mahallenizin çok sevgili Ayremix'i burada efendim. Bugün umarım güzel gelişmeler göreceğiz. Bakalım neler bekliyor bizi. Hemen geçelim şuradan. Oh. Tıp tıp tıp. Bakalım neler gelecek. Mortal Kombat. Yazamadım. Mortal Kombat. Evet, tam zamanı. Kombat Cast. Spider Guy hoş geldin.
Welcome everybody to the Kombat Cast for Chaos
Hadi bakalım.
Reigns. It's coming very very soon. We're very excited.
O neydi?
Yes, it's Chaos Reigns, not Dreams.
It's gonna be pouring down. It's gonna be great.
Hadi biz hoş geldin
We're
canım.
gonna talk about
Sen?
a lot of things that are coming with Chaos Reigns that we have not talked
Hadi
about.
bakalım.
Gonna talk
İnşallah
about
oyunu
balance
güzel bir
stuff,
hale
some
getirirler.
interviews with some people from the studio about some other things in the game. So it's gonna be a real fun stream, and I'm excited.
Yep, we got some new stuff coming, so
Yeah.
can't wait to go over it.
Pretty much every aspect of the game has something fresh and new and exciting. It's a really exciting expansion.
Yes, and we're going to try to get to a lot of that today. As you know, most of you, hopefully, the Noob Saibot trailer came out last week.
Evet,
And
Noob Saibot
if
trailer'ı
you haven't seen it,
You live under a rock.
show it one more time. Here it is, Noob Saibot.
bir kere daha bakacağız. Fikret abi hoş geldin.
Are you ready? I hope you are fond of chaos.
Do not try to make sense of it.
Saçımı düzeltemedim ama olsun.
Anything is possible in Havoc's domain.
Allow the Brotherhood of Chaos to help you on your way. Those who oppose anarchy, who revere order, will be eliminated.
You sound like Bihan.
Embrace chaos.
House ne kadar da şaşırtıcı değil mi arkadaşlar? Getirmezlerse millet Street Fighter geçer zaten bu saatten
My
sonra.
mind with his chaos. I have learned his thoughts, learned his combat.
Mortal Kombat kitlesinin çok Street Fighter'a geçeceğini
I
sanmıyorum.
am not allowed to desire a different future.
Your desires are not at issue. It is your methods for achieving them.
Spoiler fragmanımız değil mi? Günün ikinci hatı acaba şey mi? Bu arada şu Junko'ya gelecek değişiklik için gerçekten sabırsızlanıyorum.
Havoc's will not be done.
O Tanya Murphy'ni de bir daha bir görelim mi?
The blood spilled today will be yours, not mine.
Abi Noob Saibot çok güzel gözüküyor ya. Ben şu an yayına göre Street Fighter alacağım mı ona karar vereceğim. Güzel Mert. Güzel. Konuşuruz.
Your new attires
Yenilikleri bitsin konuşuruz.
as black as your heart.
Watch and learn.
Çünkü bu seferki Combat Cast gelmiş geçmiş en uzun Combat Cast olacakmış. Öyle dediler.
Finish him.
Evet muhtemelen CVP. Hoş geldin Kemal'cim. Bunun orijinalini zaten gösterdiler. Hadi bakalım.
Noob Saibot, what a fun trailer.
Super goth!
Very goth, cool character.
Very edgy.
Edgelord.
He's real mad too.
Angry.
Very fun. I've been messing around with them, enjoying it.
Edgelord bir karakter. Noob Saibot düşününce.
That's the thing that I just love, all the portals and the...
There's a lot going on.
And you'll see during the walkthrough, the portals can get...
Saygısız oğlum.
Things can happen.
Saygısızlık olmazsa timsaha dönüşebilir miyim?
I gotta go with the fatality. I love the very end when the shadow clone rips out their spine and skull. It reminds me of Sub-Zero's Deadly Alliance fatality where he reaches out.
Reptile nerflerlerse çok üzülürüm.
So it's almost like
Şu ara Reptile oynamaya başladım, yine Reptile Remix geri dönüyor.
Kind of pay tribute to a classic fatality.
Me, I like the animality. It's just
Edging.
like a classic throwback to Noob's fatality from MK9. Like
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Make a wish, but with alligators.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Boş yapmayın da artık ne gösterecekseniz gösterin kanka. Hadi be.
Within the shadow.
In the shadow, absolutely.
So we have a lot of stuff to go over today, and DK, this is going to be the DK time segment. You're going to do a lot of talking here.
We got some stuff to talk about.
So there's a lot of things to talk about. Let's go ahead and start that out.
Okay, terrific. So we've got a new season of Invasions, season
Tamam.
8. It is the season of the Dark Dragon, where Liu Kang is the invading force. And
Liu Kang'in sezonu olacakmış.
And so he's brought his
Çok kötü gözüküyor.
with him to take over this timeline. And so this is just kind of an example of some of the
Gerçekten çok kötü gözüküyor.
Through, playing this season
Bu ne oğlum?
along with what will be in the seasonal shop. And we have more about the seasonal shop, but we'll get to that later.
Sure.
Also, this season we have new mini games.
Ya Invasion'ı boş ver hadi.
Called Arcade, which are arcade machines that you beat up. Some of them have
Towers of Time'ı göster. Towers of Time çok güzel bir eklenti olur. Hadi. Gimme Towers of Time.
We also have missions where you have to protect a cashew. Okay,
That's my favorite.
There are zombies after cashew, and you gotta keep them safe.
Diğer skinler iyi bence.
We also have.
Abi sanki ben tasarlamışım bunu.
That's right. We have a mini map for each one of them.
Genesin. Gerçekten öyleler Spider Guy. Saf fena değil gibi. Saf fena değil gibiydi, evet doğru söylüyorsunuz. Saf fena değildi. Scorpion da fena değildir büyük ihtimalle. Ama tuhaf duruyorlardı yani.
I heard some feedback from the previous season that people really want to be able to target being able to get components, so we made sure that some of the larger mesas have dedicated component shops for people to go and find and explore. We have a new Titan, which I'm very excited for. It's pretty big.
He's very big.
It's pretty big. And of course we will have the free trial towers for Sector Cyrax.
Ayakkabısı çok güzelmiş bu arada. Ayakkabısını beğendim.
You ready for some more new stuff?
A lot of new stuff.
Hadi.
What more could there be?
So we will be having online practice as well.
Wow, online practice geliyor.
Just so that you're aware, go out there and spar with your friends, send them an
Neyse.
invite. You guys can just
Gömmeyeceğim. Gömmek için değil bu yayın arkadaşlar. Bu yayın hiçbir şey gömmek için değil. Ama hepimiz biliyoruz ki online practice oyunun çıkışında olması gereken bir şey. Yani bu bir yenilik değil.
Or you may just want to spar with a friend.
You could also do both. You could lose, complain on social media, and then also try to get better.
All these things are options.
Absolutely. And then we're going to start going over some of the free stuff for everybody with this update. But first, we're going to start with animalities. If you're unaware, just for getting the update of Chaos Reigns, everybody gets access to the new animalities. That's for the base roster characters along with the DLC characters. Everybody has an animality.
But will the guest
herkesin animalitesi var. Okey. Güzel. Zaten yani bunları söylemiştiniz ama.
There's some rippers. There's some good ones.
One I'm thinking of in particular right now. It's Peacemaker, but continue.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oyun çıktıktan bir yıl sonra akıllarına geldi. Bu arada bugün Mortal Kombat'ın doğum günü arkadaşlar. Mortal Kombat 1'in. Haberiniz olsun.
Interview I did earlier with Josh Slingerland about animalities that we're going to show you right now. All right, everybody, another interview here on the cast.
Bu nasıl bir geçişti ya öyle?
Who do we have with us?
Hey guys, Josh Slingerland,
Principal Artist, Director of Real Time Cinematics. Tamam. Ondan ne öğrenebilirim?
Talk just briefly about what has returned to Mortal Kombat 1. Animalities.
Animality'ler üzerine konuşacaklar. Oyunun sinematikçisi arkadaşlar bu arkadaş.
To talk about this feature, we've been working on this for months and months and months, and it's just cool to finally get it out there and
sesi iyiydi mi?
See some of the
Bu arada.
To some of the small clips we've kind of already put out there.
There are a lot of animalities.
Got a lot, man.
Let's talk about like what was sort of the decision? Like why bring back animalities?
Yes. So animalities we've been talking about bringing back for a little while now. As I'm sure most of you fans know, we brought back every finisher now at this point. We brought back the babality.
Abi senin adın neydi bu arada? Estağfurullah. Olur öyle şeyler. Benim arkadaşlarım bile bazen adımı hatırlamıyorlar. Ayremix diyorlar.
There's gonna be a lorehead who proves us wrong there, but hey, we're sticking with it right now.
I'm usually wrong. So, anyways, it's time. You know, like it's been since MK3, a couple days ago when we released that game.
Okay, right.
And it's just so cool to bring this back. You know, next gen graphics, new engine, things are looking hot, and I couldn't be more pleased with what the team has kind of done with this feature so far.
So, what's your favorite part about it all? Just the nostalgia. What do you?
Abi bu adamın yaptığı her şeye çok saygı duyuyorum, tamam mı? Animasyonlarla uğraşmak, onları hayal etmek, böyle uygulamaya dökmek falan çok zor bir iş. Bunun farkındayım. Sağdaki abiye çok saygı duyuyorum gerçekten. Ama yani şu an anlattığı hiçbir şeyin bize bir katkısı yok. Canlı yayında anlatılacak bir şey değil. Bu bir video haline getirilir, video şeklinde paylaşılır. Bunları canlı bir şeyde konuşmanın hiçbir anlamı yok. Ki bu bant kaydı yani. Bak ben dün tanıştığım kızın adını unuttum, ayrıldı benden. Ghostface'in animality'si ne olur acaba? Yılan falan olabilir. Onlara gelecek mi ki animality? Onlara animality gelecekse Conan'a kesinlikle aslan gelir.
Wow, it's not the character killing them, it's the animal going to kill them, and making sure that things feel authentic and but also unique from every other character.
Sounds good. Do you have, of all the animalities that are in this game, do you have a favorite?
I knew this was going to come up. I don't have a favorite. There are so many great ones. But I do want to say this. I can't leave here empty-handed. I did bring a little
Emin guestler de gelecek dediler. Öyle mi? Ben kaçırdım.
I was like, hey, why don't we show his animality? So maybe a little world premiere here.
I love it.
A brand new animality that.
Hadi bakalım. Yeni animaliteler.
No one's seen yet.
Gönder.
Thank you, Josh, for coming by. This has been awesome.
Thanks so much, man.
Great to have you. And here we go. The world premiere, Takeda's Animality.
Enjoy, guys.
Takeda. Ahtapot. Kraken.
All right, and there it is, Takeda's Octopus, one of my favorites. Thank you, Josh, for stopping by to talk about animalities. But Derek,
yay, I'm back.
Let's talk about what else we have coming.
Sure. There's more.
How is that possible?
I know. All right, so
Güzel de.
there's been a lot of speculation of what the Warrior Shrine is, and what the Warrior Shrine is.
Warrior Shrine'lar.
Highlights the top 5 players of Kombat League
Top 5 mı?
And so what you'll be able to do is scroll through all the previous seasons and see who were the top 5 players.
Şaka mı oğlum bu?
I know it's amazing. In season 3, myself, Stephanie, Dizzy, Nicastro, and Paulo were able to be the top 5 players.
Yeah, we're very, very strong players.
We are amazing.
Warrior Shrine bu muymuş yani? Şaka mı ya bu? Siz doğru düzgün orijinal Shrine'ı dolduramadınız ki. Warrior Shrine denen şey ne yani? O zaman oraya scoreboard yazsaydınız. Niye Warrior Shrine yazdınız ya?
One of the coolest stages in MK history.
Right. So
Warrior Shrine.
Those top 5 players will be immortalized
Neyse,
in Mortal
devam.
Kombat 1.
Hadi güzel bir şeyler gösterin. Hadi bekliyoruz hadi.
There's more. Okay, so we will go from one shrine to another. So the shrine, also not the warrior shrine,
the dragon.
Normal shrine. Evet tamam okey hadi.
Will be updated with new cameo brutalities for all the cameos.
Cameo'lara brutality geliyormuş normal Shrine'dan. Güzel. Belki 1 milyon coin'in bir işe yarayabilir.
What else is new, Tyler? I'm gonna tell you. The seasonal store. The seasonal store now has new brutalities for all characters, including the DLC characters. There's 2.
Herkese brutality'ler geliyor. Çok güzel.
And they're going to be there forever. So usually with our seasonal store, it kind of resets each one of the seasons and stuff like that. These will always be there. So when we go into another season or whatnot, those are forever there for you to be able to unlock, and so you don't feel pressured like, oh, I got to get all of these this season. Also, all characters will get a seasonal palette this season through the seasonal shop along with gear. So there's more things in the seasonal shop this season.
Keşke bir parça daha kıyafet ekleseniz. Çok güzel olur biliyor musunuz? Herkes de çok mutlu olur yani.
I wrote the script. I know what's coming next.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, fair enough. So also with just updating to Chaos Reigns, everybody will get 4 new environments. Those 4 new environments also have 2 variations to each one of the environments, kind of like a day-night sort of cycle. In addition to that, everybody will get 5 new stage variations too. So like
5 tane yeni
sort of chaos like themed variations.
Stage'in farklı bir versiyonu gelecekmiş 5 tane. Güzel. Güzel eklenti.
You know, before we get to that, we did an interview today with Corey. From the environment team about the new stages, and I think we should take a look at that video right now.
Abi bir de stage'i mi çağırdınız ya? Kafayı yiyorum. Okay, tamam devam.
We're going to talk about stages today. Can you introduce yourself before we do?
Bunu Reyne yapmak varken. Evet bir şey diyeceğim Reyne. Yani gerçekten.
And you and your team had a hand in building all of these stages out.
Yeah, a lot of people have worked
Reyne niye Pokemon yaptınız da Takeda'yı autopot yapsınız? Çok tuhaf değil mi?
So we've now entered our chaos era. How did you and the team imprint Havoc's personality onto a lot of these new stages?
Well, so for the new era for Liu Kang, we got to kind of do the more tranquil,
adamın dövmeleri güzel bu arada.
Havoc doesn't really follow that mindset. He's a little bit more destructive and violent, so we got to play on some of those aspects for
kendine bakan bir adam yani belli.
Embracing more of that gritty MK vibe a little bit more and definitely
çünkü neden böyle bir sonuca vardığımı söyleyeyim. Soldaki abimiz böyle şöyle oturuyor bak. Postürü bozuk. Elleri birleşik. Üstüne random shit bir şeyler giymiş falan. Bu reis böyle yanında gerine böyle oturuyor. Böyle dövmesi kasları falan filan. O yüzden şey yaptım. Çok dikkatimi çekti yani. Çok güzel. Çok güzel stage. Çok beğendim. Harika. Harbi çok güzel stage. Çok beğendim.
People both willing and not willing. This is just a like
renkleri çok güzelmiş stage'in. Çok beğendim.
So there's a ton of like when you're actually fighting in here, there's a ton of just
peki oyunun temasını da birazcık koyulaştıracaklar mı? DLC ile beraber.
Awesome. Well, that's a great one. That's beautiful. Like some different colors we've used, some different palettes, sort of.
Yeah, very colorful skies and everything. Hopefully, that's pretty obvious.
Really cool. But also, still, like you said earlier, like what the fans. I mean, we hear about it a lot. The gritty Mortal Kombat feel too.
Yeah, we did the beautiful side. Now we kind of want to do a little bit more of the gritty, violent MK side.
And as an artist, that's probably fun too, because you did all the the beautiful flowers.
I mean, there are so many ways you can display skulls and just violence. And we're running. I mean,
bunun fatality'si olur mu? Stage fatality'si yok oyunda. Keşke oyuna stage fatality'ler ekleseler.
I think just the ability to do interesting and weird things. Again, being it is like our chaos timeline, we can play with physics, we can play with things in an interesting way. We pushed NPCs and just kind of the liveliness of things. Like Tea House, for example, was a stage with a lot going on. Chaos EM that we just looked at is another one where there's just going to be a lot going on, and we push that in all of the new stages.
And that's one of the things that I've always liked about the stages too, is that they have a life. They're a character almost.
Hopefully, if we did our job,
Right.
Hopefully.
There's things happening in the background. Like what are they doing? What are they?
Exactly.
They're buying food. What's going on? They're having fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Real quick, in addition
MK1'de yok mu stage fatal?
What
Yok.
else should fans be looking for in what you've created?
Outside the totally new stages, we also had the opportunity, obviously, to kind of we revisit in our story some of the stages fans might know well. We got the ability to do.
Ama şöyle düşün, cameo'larda fatality var. Yani cameo'ların da kendine özel fatality'leri var. Stage fatality'sinin eksiğini başka bir şeyle kapatmışlar. Bu harita da çok güzel. Yeni haritaları çok güzel.
He makes it his own, and it is no longer the same place. It's not tranquil anymore. Havoc has brought his mentality, and it's just chaotic firestorms, and again, a front to Liu Kang as the god of Earthrealm.
Awesome. That was cool. And
if you like fire, it's cool.
Yeah, it's opposite of what we saw earlier.
Yes.
I mean, previously in MK1. We got one more stage. First of all, anything you'd like to say before we're going to show one more stage and then sign off with this interview? But
artık rica etsem güzel bir şeyler gösterir misiniz? İnsanlar bekliyorlar falan ya, hani heyecanlı.
Really positive feedback for stages, and in a fighting game that's totally not expected because the characters are and should be the focus, but we've seen
heyecanlı bir şeyler falan. Güzel olabilir bence.
Really awesome to see. So just thank you for that, and we're very excited for fans to see what we did.
And there's a lot of really cool stuff that there's a few things we're not going to be showing today.
Yeah, there's plenty of secrets still to look at when you get the game for yourself.
Right. So before we go, let's take a look at at Havoc Citadel.
Yeah. So for Havoc Citadel, this is a kind of endless void of winding pathways, all disintegrating and kind of tearing apart.
Stage'lerin hepsi çok güzel. Yeni stage'lerin hepsi çok iyi. Denizciğim hoş geldin canım. Bu arada ben de MK1 düz bir şekilde var. MK11'de noob main'imdi. Burada da ben noob'u oynayabilecek miyim? Oynayamazsın. Noob'u satın alman gerekiyor. Ya noob'u satın alacaksın ya noob'un expansion'ını satın alacaksın. O da $50. Noob tek başına $5 falan çıkar tahminimce. Ya da $10 bilmiyorum.
Yeah, finding the intention behind chaos.
Right, like that's difficult.
It is extremely difficult, and a lot of very talented people spend a lot of time trying to put just a little bit of that in there.
$5 çıkmaz ya, $10 çıkar.
Yeah, exactly. As much as we can.
Corey, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
These stages, of course, are coming in Mortal Kombat.
Hadi artık güzel bir şeyler gösterin.
Back to the stream. Awesome. Thank you, Corey, for that. That was awesome to see the overview of the stages.
Geçişler yemin ederim şey değil mi ya?
All of them, but I wanted to show you what they're thinking about.
Beyaz TV geçişi.
Imprint Havoc's personality onto these.
Pardon, Flash TV geçişi.
It's a really cool aesthetic for these new stages.
Yeah, they look really cool. Before we move on to some balance stuff that I want to talk about, which I know you're all very excited about, and then of course Noob, DK, there's one more big thing we want to talk about that's coming with Chaos Reigns.
Yes. So we've got. Dang it, you just said one more thing. We do have one more thing.
CS'de skin alırım daha
mantıklı.
mantıklı.
For Chaos Reigns, I'm going to read from.
Ya bence çok da mantıklı değil CS'de skin almak.
For Chaos Reigns,
karakter almak yerine.
The Gateway Mesa, and we've replaced it with the new Towers of Time. Towers of Time is also accessible from the main menu.
Okay, tamam.
Towers of Time is a combination of the Gateway Mesa and the MK11 Towers of Time experience. There are 9
boss fight'lar falan mı olacak? Arkadaşlarla girip kesebilecek miyiz?
The front 3 towers are persistent towers.
Tamam.
The first tower is the arcade tower with no modifiers, and players can unlock ladder endings, and they're just quick matches with ladder endings. The second tower is our seasonal tower. Same as what we've had in the Gateway with previous seasons of Invasions. The seasonal tower gets progressively more difficult after each completion, and players unlock seasonal exclusive cosmetics after each milestone level.
Ya şey mi? Önceki sezonların şeyini mi açacağız?
The third tower is the Legacy Tower. After each completion, players will unlock unobtainable palettes from previous seasons of Invasions. With later updates, we'll continue to add additional cosmetic items to that loot pool. The middle row of towers is a series of procedurally generated towers that change every hour. The tower difficulty range from very easy to very hard, going
Arkadaşlarla boss
right.
keseceğimiz kule yok mu?
The final back row of towers is dedicated to our live content. When we go live on the 24th, you'll be able to play the character demo towers for Sector, Cyrax, and Noob. So if you haven't purchased them yet, you can try them out in the Towers of Time. There's exclusive player module pieces for completing the demo towers for each of those characters. Anytime we have a live event or holiday event, they will populate this back row. Now, let's dig a little deeper. When you press the start button, this will bring up the Towers of Time menu. There are 3 active challenges. Each challenge rewards points. All challenges must be completed in Towers of Time environment.
Haftalık 75 Dragon Crystal vermesi çok iyiymiş bu arada.
It is replaced with a new challenge. In addition to points, easy and hard challenges reward different crafting components, consumables, or relics. That brings us to the weekly challenge. The weekly challenge rewards dragon crystals. The weekly challenge can only be completed once per week. The weekly challenge also rewards a generous amount of Towers of Time points. What do these points do, you might ask?
I was going to ask.
I know. These points contribute to a bi-weekly player versus player competition within Towers of Time. Once the timer runs out, players are rewarded items based on their final placement, and a new competition begins.
Very, very exciting.
All right. For launch of Chaos Reign, only challenges will be rewarding points. But very soon, we're going to be adding points to towers. So the harder the tower, the more the points that you'll receive upon completion. We just really want to massage the numbers and things like that before we, push it out to everybody. Right. So there it is.
Nice job, DK. That was well. You read slowly, concise. Like it was very well done.
I just learned how to read.
Probably true.
Boss rush'lar
anyway,
nerede?
Thank you, Derek. That's gonna be awesome.
RPG karakter augment sistemi nerede?
Chaos Reigns.
Arkadaşlarla beraber savaşma özelliği nerede?
More exciting stuff to talk about.
More exciting stuff.
We are going to talk about some. I got quite a few little balance things we want to talk about that I think you'll all really enjoy.
Karakterlere
we're going to go
bakalım.
through everything in the balance today because there's a lot of stuff coming.
Where are the patch notes?
Where are the patch notes?
Where are the patch notes?
Where are the patch notes?
They will be coming. We're first going to start out with we'll be showing videos with all of these. The first one we're going to show is a little video with Garrus and Omni-Man. Let's take a look.
Garrus'la Omni-Man mi? Nasıl yani? Ne? Overhead'e neden? Omni-Man kötü değil ki oğlum.
All right, now again, you can probably play back these videos if you want to see what happened. But what happens there is, for this one, Omni-Man's forward 2, where he kind of dashes at you and punches, now gives you a little ground bounce. Now, if you're in the corner, that's awesome because you can do a corner comm right there.
Corner comm.
But if you can also use it for a cameo to help pick up the combo after the forward 2. And Garrus's forward 3 now bounces, so you can use the double time move where he makes a clone of himself to continue combos.
Tamam, Garrus'a buff lazımdı da Omni-Man'e niye buff?
Cameo to help out with that combo as well.
What are we bouncing to next?
Omni-Man fena değil. Olsun, sıkıntı yok. Herkesi kırsınlar. Problem değil benim için. O ne abi? Abi Kung kamerayı neden bu?
Cameo Kung Lao now has an orbiting hat. For duration, he'll put a hat around you. If the enemy is hit, they are stunned. So you can use this for protection, or hell, just throw out a random teleport and see what happens, you know?
That's how I roll.
So that's a new thing for Cameo Kung Lao. Orbiting hat, we've seen him before, but it works a little differently here? Nice. Let's see Kung Lao, the character now. Let's take a look at this video.
Will the real Kung Lao please stand up?
Önüne mi eklediniz karakter? Okay.
Kung Lao now has an aerial hat toss, which he can use.
That's a buff you can really hang your hat on.
There we go. And the EX version of that is really good for combos. So there's another tool for Kung Lao to continue combos and kind of deal with people in the air. And you can also do it pretty low off the ground too.
Bütün her şeyi bir göreyim, ondan sonra yorumlayacağım ya.
We have 2 more videos we're going to show you. The first one is awesome. A little bit of Shang and Shijinko.
Shang.
Let's take a look at those.
Shang gene geliyor.
So, from that video, you're going to notice that Shijinko now has new combo string, where you can do a punch into a kick, which is a stun, which allows you to do combos. He also has a kick into an overhead chop. So, some new moves for Shijinko to get in there. Old Shang, when you're playing as Old Shang, he has forward 3-4, which is a double hitting low, a new string. Stephanie, let's talk about all Shangs.
Well, showing that an old dog can learn new tricks.
Ooh. There we go.
Shang has a move where you do the input and he will morph into the opponent's cameo, perform one of their moves, and then morph back. For example, if he's fighting someone using cameo Sonya, he will morph into Sonya, do the leg grab, morph back. If someone's using Farah, morph into Farah, do the little grab, morph back. And all these attacks also have EX moves which make them stronger. A lot of them are combo starters, they recover faster. For example, the leg grab will pop them up.
And it's not randomized. If you get the same one, you're not guessing which cameo move you're morphing into.
Rakibinizin kameosu neyse Shang Tsung'un hareketini çalıyor.
Right. We got one more video to show you. I know there's been a lot of videos. Thanks for sticking with us. You've seen this one before, but we want to talk about it real quick. This is, let's see, Sonya's dive kick. Ooh.
Algılayamadım.
All right, now Sonya has a dive kick. It's an overhead. It's a
algılayamadım. Çok hızlı olup bitti her şey.
Save you from mistakes. But it's really good for offense. A really good way to start a combo.
Herkes STL, let's go. Aynen öyle.
And you'll also notice, maybe for you eagle-eyed Takeda players, forward 2 is now special cancelable.
Sprinkle that in.
Just sprinkle it in.
Sprinkle it in.
Little nugget.
Little nugget. So, but I think it's time to move on to the main event of the show. We got Noob Saibot. And before we start, Stephanie, let's talk about Noob. Who is Noob? What is Noob?
Well, Noob debuted in MK2 as one of the 3 secret characters. To get to him, you had to win 50 fights in a row.
Hey!
And he started off as just a black silhouette of a ninja. He could do Scorpion's Harpoon. He was just a secret character. But in later games, Trilogy, Ultimate MK3, some of the home versions, then MK4, the home versions, and on, he became more fleshed out, more lore, more moves. I think a lot of long-term fans will know that in the original timeline, he was Sub-Zero. Killed by Scorpion in the first tournament, Quan Chi brought him back to life as this ghostly wraith or revenant.
Quan Chi.
And he was a member of the Brotherhood of the Shadows, and he had his shadow powers. In the new era, things are a bit different. This time, he has been chaos pilled by Havoc.
Shut the front door.
He is a creature of chaos. And so, you know, his powers are very similar. The shadows, the portals, but he's way more of a chaotic cleric of chaos and true believer in anarchy instead of the kind of dark arts Quan Chi stuff.
Right.
And of course, you can play Chaos Reigns to see the expansion and see how old Bihan adjusts to this change. Not well.
Not well. Not
no.
well. All right, so let's do it.
Go into his gameplay.
Hadi bakalım.
Let's start with his normal attacks, which almost every normal attack he has, he uses a shadow.
If you're gonna use it, you might as well use it.
Right. They are a true tag team.
Ooh.
Check out his throw.
Abi ya keşke şurada şeyi açsanız yani. Side swap'i var.
Like even his little punches.
Can you do a sweep again?
Şu love mu ikinci hit? Yani evet sweep'miş.
It's so good.
Really good.
Gerçekten sweep'miş.
Really good. I mean,
120 vuran sweep yapmışlar adamlar şaka gibi.
Right. And so a couple moves I wanted to go over was his forward 1, which is a pretty decent advancing mid. It's pretty quick. He has different variations from it. Wanted to go over his back 3, which is a low. You can combo into moves.
Tamam, low.
And then lastly, his forward 3, which is a pretty quick overhead that splats them down.
Oh, hızlı bir overhead. Güzel.
Even if you just notice, like, his shadow in comparison to normal roster shadows are not the same, right? Like, it's kind of like this little mystic.
Get a good look at it because it's going to be gameplay relevant.
What?
It's not just badass looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go over his special moves because it is extensive. Off the top of my head, I think he may have the biggest list of special moves in the game.
Maybe up there with
Abi efendim.
Garrus, maybe.
Probably.
Those, yeah.
So let's start off with the classic. One of the first special moves he ever had is his teleport slam.
Havada da mı atıyordu? Abi şeyim çok hızlı bu arada. Manyak hızlı bu. Oo, inanılmaz hızlı oğlum bu.
This is a great anti-zoning move, a great mobility tool. You can jump back and do it. You can jump forward. Catch you by surprise.
Mükemmel ki.
It's pretty much exactly.
Yerdeki gölgesi çok iyi, evet. Fark ettim ben de. Savaşırken yerdeki gölge çıkıyor, vuruyor, geri geliyor gölge olarak. Çok güzel gözüküyor.
His second most iconic move, the Ghost Ball. And this is a projectile
Ghost
that's changed many times in the life of MK, and I think this might be the coolest version yet. So, the Ghost Ball is pretty slow, but if it hits or they block it, they get this green chaotic effect on them. And this primes him to detonate it, which is a pop-up. So, once he's got it on, you can see it last quite a bit of time. At any moment, he can detonate it and then get a full combo.
Very cool.
Oh.
And remember, that's on hit or block that they get primed. He also has an EX version, where once you do it, the clone starts summoning it.
Oh, that's
Bu EX versiyonuymuş.
Move around, and then any time you can let it go. And remember, on block, so Noob could be doing block strings, setups, knockdown, stuff like that, and the clone is waiting to do it.
And you'll notice the aura lasts a while.
It does last quite a while. Another alternative thing of this is there's an EX version of the detonate that you can cancel as soon as the regular Ghost Ball hits. So he can immediately use it almost like a pop-up projectile. That does take 2 bars, so it's, you know, pretty expensive to use, but it could be pretty effective for your combos.
Daha hızlı atabiliyorsun.
Is a classic, probably like one of the classic MK9
Çok güçlü, evet.
His portal. It goes up.
Abi ne kadar hızlı ya yetenekleri.
You have a close, medium, and far version.
Keep them guessing.
And yeah, you got to keep them guessing. And when you have slower projectiles like Noob Saibot, one of the things the opponent's going to want to do is their projectiles, which is going to be dangerous because of the move we showed at the beginning, the teleport.
He gonna grab you. He gonna grab you.
Now, what was another iconic move from previous games like MK9? The
Slide.
running man.
Oh, running man.
And there you go, it's back. He does a ninja run, throws them down with that tackle, and the EX version pops them up. Classic ninja pop-up.
Arkadaşlar gördüğünüz bütün karakterleri unutun. Böyle bir şey yok. Korkunç güçlü bu karakter.
Really neat. Some of his moves, when he uses the clone will go away because it has to return.
Suluvu da mı var?
Good look at there. When you do the slide, the shadow's actually gone. And when it comes back, that's when it's fully
Şaka mı bu?
Oh.
Now, some of these moves, if you don't have the clone, will actually change.
Oh.
Without the clone, he does a classic
Slide var.
Sub-Zero-like slide.
So you can do a slide after a slide?
Exactly.
Kanka şaka mı bu karakter?
Oh, that's cool.
Now you're putting yourself closer to them. You're not.
Yes.
Because the regular, the Noob Saibot slide is almost like a projectile.
Right. Exactly. Let's go over a couple other moves because he has even more like pop-ups and moves. These are the kind of zoning moves. We'll go over some of the up-close moves.
Great.
Down back 3 is this ninja kick where they work together. EX version pops them up even better, and he can get a combo. And then he has down back 4, which is the opposite, a low kick. It'll trip them. The EX is his armor. So his armor, he's not going to get like a full combo. It's not like the best reward in the world, but you're never going to complain about having a good armor.
No, nobody complains about that.
And that's all of his
bu.
rounded moves.
Hareket.
What about the air?
What about the air?
Well, there's
the suspense.
a lot more because he has multiple different dive kicks. So let's start. He has an air dive kick where he sends out his clone, and you can see this has a decent amount of cooldown. This is another one where, on cooldown, he himself will do a dive kick. He also has
Abi şaka mı bu ya?
a straight dive kick that goes straight across the screen.
Hadi bir karaktere her şeyi verelim ama her şeyi verelim yani.
Anti-air.
Oğlum bu ne? Ne yapıyorsun?
Dive kick. And if you EX it, they are staggered for a full combo.
Don't tell me there's more.
There is a major new mechanic that I think really separates this noob from other iterations.
Kind of my favorite thing, actually.
So let's go over Embrace Chaos. Once per match, you may have noticed he has this severed hand on his hip. It's very crazy and chaotic, a severed hand.
Why?
Once per match, he can bring it out, destroy it, yell Embrace Chaos, and now he gains access to a brand new special move. It's a low-hitting, homing projectile that pops the opponent up. Oh, yeah, see, I now can't do it.
Yeah, because you did it once, right?
You have a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Allah'tan süre koymuşsunuz kanka.
And that's a tracking move. It's not close, medium, and far. And then all of his shadow special moves gain the ability to throw the opponent into a portal.
That's so
for
cool.
A pop-up. So his slide, regular, non-EX, becomes a pop-up. All of his dive kick moves become a pop-up. All those shadow moves now become pop-ups. So he has easily the largest amount of comboable starter moves in the game.
Including his throw, obviously.
Right. But
mind blown.
The shadow is not coming back.
What?
For the rest of that round, all of his shadow attacks are disabled. So back forward 4 is only just now the regular slide.
So you're looking at it as a nuclear option.
Yes. The rest, this string no longer finish it.
Spam gibi yetenek koymuşlar çara.
It's a standard uppercut.
You think you can finish the round? You better.
Look at his sweep. It's just a regular sweep. So to be clear again, once per game you can use it. It works for that round, and once the timer is done, for the rest of the round, he will not have access to his clone.
But there will be some
size arkadaşlar bakın şu anda chatte 24 kişi var. Çok net bir şey söyleyeceğim size. Noob Saibot oynamazsanız Noob Saibot tarafından yok edileceksiniz. Çok ciddiyim bu konuda.
But the price you pay, if it doesn't work, if you don't win, is you're spending the rest of that round.
Anasının gözüymüş ya. Çar'ın şeyi bile, Trov'u bile komboya bağlanıyor eli yok ettikten sonra.
And you've lost your good chum, your buddy, and you're lonely.
Right? Oh my goodness. What else we got?
Well, we have a fatal blow.
Yeah!
And his into the attack that leads into it is also very strong. It's a tracking low, so you want to go into it?
Let's do it.
Love mu? Fatal Blow'u low ve full sticker'ın mı kanka? İmdat amınım. İmdat. İmdat abi. Abi imdat.
You want to see it again?
I do.
Tyler?
Yeah, definitely.
Wait a minute here.
Now, did you catch that?
They didn't go anywhere that time.
Cameo Sector has a special fatal blow into.
Çok ihtiyacı vardı değil mi Cameo Sector'un böyle bir şey?
R1 button, he will shoot a rocket, so it becomes a projectile fatal blow attack.
And so that works with everybody because it's cameo.
Because it's cameo. It's very similar to Motaro.
Bana bu karakter lazım, hepimize lazım.
Fatal blow into.
Very cool, very cool.
All right, so that was Noob Saibot. Very
excited.
This has been a
lot. This has been a lot.
I gotta say, I do want to mention
Kanka şimdi bir karakter yapıyoruz. Karaktere her şeyi verin.
So make sure you watch the streams during that day and you'll see you'll get some.
Ama bakın her şeyi. Abi şey bizim bir spam vardı onu Conan'a koyacaktık spamlı özelliklerini. Yok oğlum yok getir Noob Saibot'a ekleyin onları.
Don't forget to pre-order so you get your premium skin. UMK3 Sub-Zero, let's go.
Second most importantly, birthday shoutouts. Let's go. All right, we've got Overlord Show.
O gerçekten birthday mi okuyorsunuz? Yani doğum günü mü okuyorsunuz? Sıfır şaka doğum günü mesajı okuyorsunuz öyle mi? Bir tane de gameplay gösterirler. Onu bekliyorum şu anda. Fatal Blow'um yük. Evet, bitti galiba.
Really soon. We're super excited. Before we go, as always, QA has been kind enough to put together an awesome Noob Saibot fight directly after we're done talking. So can't wait to see you in Chaos Reigns, and can't wait to see you at the next Combat Cast. Woo!
Aha. Şeyin de yeni hareketlerini göreceğiz. Havik'in de yeni hareketlerini göreceğiz. Hadi birthday okuyalım çünkü neden olmasın. O ne? O ne oğlum? Allah'ım çar çok akıcı duruyor. Gördünüz mü? Abi bir şey diyeyim mi? Hasarı da çok iyi ya Noob Saibot'un. O neymiş? Oha Havik'e bak. Bu arada ilk defa 60 FPS gameplay koymuşlar. Aha kırdı eli. Her şeyle uçur oluyor. Bitti cooldown'u. Bölgesi gitti. Oğlum Havik ne yapıyor öyle? Çar hala ölmedi. Hala yaşıyor. Hareketleri de hala duruyor. Güzelmiş. Air'de 2 string mi attı? Evet. Arkadaşlar. Genel izlenimlerim beklediğim kadar yenilikçi ve iyi bir sunum değildi. Ama çok kötü de değildi. Bazı noktalar canımı sıktı. Özellikle Towers of Time. Ama genel olarak fena değildi. Ben sizi incelemeler için Bara'ya yönlendiriyorum. Bir Bara'ya. Ben de birazcık daha inceleyip güzel bir videosunu hazırlayıp yarın size tatlı tatlı sunmak istiyorum. Mustafa'nın orada görüşürüz. Chat'e linkini attım zaten. İyi akşamlar dilerim. Kendinize iyi bakın. Sonra görüşmek üzere. Twitter'da Warrior Shrine'ı sövüyorlar. Ben de sövüyorum Warrior Shrine'ı şu an. Selam söylersiniz Mustafa'ya. Hadi görüşürüz.